Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Is Ownership a Thing of the Past? Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have more great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure you click on that notification bell so you can get notified every time we post a new episode. I'd also like to tell you about HollywoodIsCalling.com. It's a great service that allows you to purchase live phone calls from your favorite celebrities, so give it a try. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Now, let's get started. Have you noticed how Wall Street and other entities are trying to phase out ownership and make it a thing of the past? This is happening on the business front. It's happening on the political front. It seems to be happening everywhere. Have you tried buying a home lately and seen how difficult that has become? It's almost as though they want everyone to become a renter. Put in a bid on a house, watch what happens. You'll be confronted by a half a dozen other bidders. A lot of people are reporting that they've got to bid on anywhere from half a dozen to a dozen houses now before they can actually acquire a home. That's not an exaggeration. That's happening in a number of markets. Have you tried purchasing a new or used car lately and seen the prices? It seems as though they want everyone to lease their cars or to just Uber for the rest of their lives. You know what else is very strange that's going on in the car market? The prices of used cars are now rising for the first time. This has never, ever happened before in the history of car sales. I'm not talking about a 50 or a 70-year-old antique that's appreciating or going up in value. I'm talking about a 5 or a 10-year-old car. The prices are going up now. It is unprecedented. Have you tried to purchase things online lately and seen how aggressively the online shopping carts try to discourage you from paying for it immediately? Instead, they want you to pay for it over time. What's going on here? It seems like a concerted, widespread effort to strip everyday people of ownership of everything. Remember when people used to buy movies or a Blu-ray or a DVD so they could own them? Go to any big box store or appliance store and check out the movie section. You'll notice a couple of things. One, it's become very, very tiny. And two, the prices have stopped declining. So what they're doing is they're effectively trying to convince everybody to start streaming all their own content rather than owning their content. Do you remember when high school kids used to pride themselves on buying, the latest music on an LP? Or a cassette or whatever the case may be. So they had ownership of it. They could pay for it whenever they wanted to. Now they're all being force-fed these streaming services. They all think that if they spend $5 or $10 a month for their music, that they're somehow getting a great deal. But keep something in mind. When you don't own the music, then you're perpetually forced to keep renting it, and that is going to that's a problem that'll come home to roost down the road. Check out car leases lately. First, they want to pressure you into getting a car lease instead of buying a car. And then when you review the updated terms on these car leases, you're going to be shocked at some of the updates. They'll put very tight mileage restrictions, annual mileage restrictions on the car. And if you drive over those limits, you're going to be slapped with these per mile fees that will stun you. 25, 55, some are even moving towards $1 mile overage fees for whenever you drive past the annual allocated limit of miles that you're allowed to drive. It's shocking, people. Have you checked out the price of entertainment lately? Nightclubs in some major cities, Miami for one, they're charging $100 to $200 cover charges just to get in. That doesn't include drinks. That doesn't include parking. That's just the cover charges. In Miami, People are now waiting 3, 4, 5 hours in line just to get in through that door for the privilege of paying $200 cover charges. Tell me where the sanity there is. I don't see it. Concert tickets for upcoming concerts are also offering insanely high tickets. I think when people decide to go to concerts later this year and next year, they're going to be shell shocked by the prices that they see listed. If you go to a movie theater and you check out the concession stand these days, you'll notice how hard it is to find or spot the prices for popcorn, soda, and candy. You almost need a microscope or a search party to find those prices. Why? They don't want you to see them. They just want you to whip out that credit card at the end and pay that insane price for popcorn and candy and sodas. Popcorn used to be $9 or $10 a bag. Now it's rising above that. A soda pop, easily $10, $11 in some major markets. Have you noticed how things you used to be able to buy, they now want you to sell a subscription for, so they can charge you for the rest of your life? Let me give you some examples. It used to be when you purchased a car, you could order a radio built into the car and just enjoy music, for as long as you own that car for free. Now, they put a lot of pressure on car buyers to subscribe to a streaming service for your car so that they can hit your credit card every month for the life of that car, for the life of your ownership of that car. Everywhere you go, they're trying to sell you a subscription plan. It is incredible. Watch what happens when you buy something online. When you get to the checkout cart these days, they will try and upsell you not once, not twice. Some services, some sites are trying to upsell you half a dozen times. They're desperate to try to collect more money from you or collect more long-term fees and services. Everything is just designed to retain you as a customer for years to come. Have you tried to get your car serviced at an auto dealer lately? It used to cost $500 to go to a dealer. Then it went up to $1,000. Now it's very difficult to get service work done, major service work done, not even major. Let's call it average service work done for less than $2,000 to $4,000. That's the new minimal threshold. It seems like they're using these sky-high charges and fees and prices to discourage ownership. They want everyone to lease vehicles so they can keep them as return customers year after year after year. Same thing with apartment leases. They used to offer 12-month leases, but now a lot of apartments really push the 18-month leases as though they're doing you a favor by tying you up for a year and a half. And mark my words, 2-year leases are coming. Have you read an apartment lease lately? You need a team of lawyers and an accountant just to review and analyze and properly understand them. It's amazing all the clauses, disclaimers, and special addendums that they will add to an apartment lease these days in order to tie you up as much as possible. Have you tried to do business with a bank lately or open up a checking or savings account? People may not realize this, but banks don't just hold your money anymore. They have become hyper-intrusive, self-appointed money managers that will review and audit and inspect and pass judgment on everything they do, everything you do with your money, whether you want them to inspect it or not. This isn't just being done. This isn't just being done to micromanage you. It's also being done for regulatory purposes. They're tracking you far more aggressively than they track major criminals. Have you looked at the way cities are treating homeowners lately? It's amazing the way they view your homeowners as people they have the right to fully control and manage and tax into oblivion. There's a growing sense out there that everyone is attacking private ownership of property, purchases, and things with a level of predatory hostility that is designed to make owning something more and more challenging and less likely for the average individual. So the next time you buy something, ask yourself, will you really be the owner of this thing, or will it end up owning you? I want to tell you that we're going to have more great celebrity interviews coming up and more breaking news stories. So make sure you subscribe to our free channel and click on our notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new episode. Thank you for watching, and we shall see you soon. Bye-bye.